Hello and welcome to the most boring of the block slops. This is going to be awful to watch. It's probably not too bad to play, I think, but God, this is going to be slow. Prepare yourself for the slowest game. Because I'm going to assume this is Pleiades fatigue, because I don't know why it wouldn't be. Because she's not good aggro, I think. I say that, she might be quite good into this, because I'm fatigue and, you know, her forward momentum might do something. Whoa, look at him go. Give you one of them, give you one of them. Some good starting damage, can't fault it. Might come back at them with the Terrace Under, get some armour, because there's no way it's not getting blocked out. They have a much smaller deck, so they're not fatiguing, I don't think. I think this is an actual aggro Pleiades deck. So a less boring game than I thought, because I thought this was just going to be a long, slow slog. So we could do this Terrace Under. I don't think it's worth it, basically, at this stage. Probably set up for doing it later. We're going to come with a Titan's Fist. We're going to double pitch to get the Remembrance through, because we do not want it in our hand at the moment. Like, we want to draw those later. We've now put 2 on the bottom of the deck, which is great for what we're trying to do. So the power play basically comes in for 6 when it comes to your arsenal, which is kind of cool. We can just force cards off them for it, or they'll eat some life, and you know, that's also a thing. But so coming in for 6, we can live with that. This is fun. So we'll give a bit of that. Chuck one of them. So we're getting the life trigger on the stack before the overcrowded trigger, basically, so that it goes up in numbers. Got the True for Trickery, play a game of lying, choose a colour, it's blue. Is it blue? Tell me I'm a liar. Yeah. I'm surprised at how often people get it right on Talishar. I'm you know, I'm a teeny tiny bit sceptical going, is this correct? Feels a bit incorrect, but I don't see any point in throwing the power play at them at this point, because we can use it for more in a bit. Happy to Titan's Fist them for a bit. They're seemingly happy to take the damage, which is all good and proper. So they're going for more of this stuff. Yeah, so they're being mana efficient. Yeah, I mean, I don't care about this. We've got a Truth or Trickery we could play with, but it's not easy to slot it in here, so I think we're just ignoring it. So they're playing more stuff. Okay, they got up to 7, so I should have, oh sorry, I could have put something in there. That's fine, we can work with things. We just don't need most of these things in our hand, so we are kind of just trying to throw a lot of it away here. Just going to get it all done now. fun to see Pleiades play how she's meant to, which is a lot of auras are not doing all that much, unfortunately. But you know, it's nice. So we could hit the power play if we wanted. We might throw it this turn. It doesn't really matter when we throw it. It's just a case of we should throw it at some point. And we're only throwing it to sort of pressure them, really. Like, you know, we had it available earlier, and throwing it for 6 is, well, 7 is pretty good. She's willing to take it all, seemingly, in terms of just trading it for things. Okay, Oasis is cool. Can't fault the use of Oasis. We do it ourselves. But this is forcing cards off, which is what we want. You know, we are so far ahead on cards and kind of ahead on life as well. You know, I think with some of these auras they can kind of claw some of that back for sure, but at the same time, you know, like I've got the better game here, I think, because they're not on fatigue and Pleiades just uses up a lot of cards. You know, she's spending cards to get resource. She's spending cards to prevent 1 damage for multiple turns. And oh, this is a shocking hand. We're almost certainly putting the Steadfast into Arsenal this turn. He says, "Yeah, that's fine because we can block with the other stuff. This is good." Yeah, that's fine. So this thing is, if it hits, play anything here. It's coming in for 8. Is it just give them this? Slightly weird place to be in because I just really want another blue in my hand so I can do forward things. If I did that, I could then put this to it. Arsenal. Yeah, that seems like a play. So this is using up numerous of my cards, but I'm a very long way ahead and I'm kind of fine with that. The Steadfast will be nice for when they try, like, you know, another big whatever. And, you know, this is a very pitiful hammer, but it's just about chipping them. I don't mind losing a bit of card for chip. You know, I'm a long way ahead on cards and I kind of plan on staying that way. And, you know, like, again, like saving the Steadfast is good for this kind of stuff. You know, that's going to go off in a turn or two and I'm going to need it to not kill me. And things like Steadfast are how I do that. So, well, this would be nice if they could just swing like a little thing at me. Okay, so they've set it off now. So, this will be a very blocky turn. So I can only block with 1 Fiddlers, which is the very upsetting part. We need to play this with stand now. So it's that, and we're not allowed to do that, are we? Oh no, we are, because they're blocks. Blocks. Okay, so we're blocking 8, 9. We're doing all of it, so we don't need to give them the grip. That's nice. Take that. Gain 6 life. Can live with that. And that's a lot of threat gone from their deck as well, because, like, some big cards gone. And this coming turn should be like a soft turn, probably, because they have to re-rack some of that crap. They don't have confidence tokens, they don't have, you know, plus damages. You know, we've got an Oasis, we can get that into Arsenal, we can sit on that. I say it's a shame they're playing like real Pleiades in that it's it's more of a shame that she's the inferior version. Yeah, kind of glad we're not playing the fatigue mirror. It's fine to play them. I can happily do that. And it'd be very hypocritical to be sat going boo person doing what I'm doing. But in for 5. It's a chance to block with this gravekeeping, which is nice. We will take the chance. Would I like to play again? Yes, I would. There we go. True for Tricky is a weird one in that it's obviously a 2 block most of the time, which is a shame. But it does get to rip their hand apart, and that's great. We love a bit of that. Did I just... 1 second. I pressed space too fast. That's pre-damage, isn't it? Yeah, there we are. We're just covering that because we can. Like, it's a good use for the Liar's Charm, just preventing the chip. I'm happy to get 2 value out of it. I'd ideally like to get 3 value out of every card, but, sometimes you just don't get to. And it's just going to be dead in my hand, really, because I could use it with the Tunic to Titan Swiss for 2. I guess, yeah, it'd be for 3, but, it's not great. I'd rather just go through the turn, rack up this Oasis Respite for when they try and do another big turn. Just see where the day takes us, because, I'm just going to be blocking for a while. I do have aggressive cards, by the way. Like, I can absolutely swing for her. But I've got to draw them, and as of yet, I kind of haven't. We've seen a little bit of it. I've seen a teeny tiny bit of the damage, but it was like 2 power plays we've seen, and we threw one of them. Seen 1 rouse, but there was nothing in the hand with the rouse as far as I remember. You kind of need it. It's a bit more of a second cycle thing a lot of the time, because naturally drawing it alongside your 8 damages is not the easiest thing. So, it'll happen one day. This is quite a good hand. We like this. I'm just going to give him a straight up steadfast here, I think. Yeah. Did wonder about putting the shield in, but it's fine. Leaking 1's not going to really matter in this matchup very much. The main thing is that Moment Maker will shrink like hell once they run out of all this other stuff. Not much else to it. Yeah, so the big turn's coming. So what we are going to do here is we're going to double pitch and get this Oasis through. We've got an Oasis saved. While they are going to come in big, we've still got, our full equipment suite. We've got other D-reacts, and the opportunity to put a couple into second cycle is really nice. Because she's obviously angling for something here beyond Oasising these Titan Swiss. I'm angling for hitting 50 life before anything else. We'll see. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I want to keep my life total as high as I possibly can, because then when stuff does eventually break through, which it might, we get options. There was a possibility there that I could have thrown this tunic in and had a little boo, but I'd rather not, because of the fact that there's just potential for a lot of pressure to suddenly come at me. See, there's a rouse coming through, but there's just nothing with it yet, so it's a case of, like, this will get pitched back nicely with that matcher that went to the bottom. What have we got? 7. How do we do 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 8. 8 seems good, doesn't it? Yeah, we're not going to get to 50, I don't think. But it's been fun. It's been a fun trip towards it. This tension's obviously coming in big next turn. It does mean that this hammer's probably going to land for the full 4. Forward pressure is generally not a bad thing in this. There's a school of thought where you just sit and absolutely refuse to do anything so that you don't lower their life and you can, utilise Heart of Fiendel and stuff, but it's not worth it in my opinion. The second you start getting people nervous about life, the second you can start sort of swapping over. We're going to get above 50. Let's go, Sigil. 9, you say. One of them. Responding to the overcrowded trigger so it gets its bonuses. Oh, up to 11. We like it. I'm going to get some damage. So, we'll throw them this. I'm going to do that because I want to show them 52. But yeah, nice round 50. That's what we want. Living the dream. If she wants to punch through, her big problem really is that she needs to be using this ability to add to these, not take off it. She needs to try and force up having 2 or 3 of them in play. Like, she can have probably a fairly good match in that regard, but she keeps going for these small swings. I think that's basically the big mistake here. Sorry about the clattering noise. I don't even know what I've just lost, but something of mine's now all over the floor. Some tokens. Just take the ones that are near the dog and I'll worry about the rest later. So again, big moment maker, but I don't think I care. That's kind of the problem, right? Like, this is big and I don't care. Get myself booed. prevent the 2, but I just don't think I care. You know, I'm not really bothered about occasional 2s when I'm still on 50 and they're over halfway through their deck. See, again, like just coming in halves, I just think they would have been so much better making that hedge last more. And then they could be coming in for, you know, 20 with a card, which I will actually struggle to prevent. So the choice there was difficult because this is not a particularly big Titans Fest, as you can see. And maybe the Tunic counter being held to play this Oasis would be good. But I did want to kind of throw this yellow one away, if I'm being honest. I didn't want it. I didn't want to basically have a hand where it ends up a bit too yellow and red and not very blue. You know, the upside of keeping it is that there is this confidence, there is this tension in the air potentially coming. Yeah, they're going for it. You know, there's very much that, but there is only the tension. So I've got a lot of ability to block them out still. You know, I've got a phenomenal, yeah, we've got a withstand coming. We can take about 15 damage off whatever comes here or something if we need to. We might need to. So we'll get the withstand in. We're going to throw that away because we kind of want to save a few of those for the second cycle. So we've got 13. So that's 7. Could just do 10. 10's a lot. Means I can save the Oasis respite. I think that's fine, to be honest. Actually, I'm going to give them the ripple. I think it's less useful. It's got some use in there, but just it's low, in my opinion. We've got one spare. So I think I'm going to give them this Flexus, because the Flexus is just not going to do much this game, and I happen to have one spare that I do not plan to use. Oh, does that just bounce off? Okay. I didn't realise that you couldn't add it. I guess, whatever, use that one up. That'll do. Things we've just discovered. And they won't die because they didn't go into defence, so it's fine on that regard. You know, Talishar teaches you things. I didn't realise that it would that they bounced off for not being able to. I thought you could add into overpower. Apparently not. They're approaching half dead, which is good. Having a look at my fire breathing counts. I've only seen one of them. I've got more fire breathings. They're great pressure on their hand and their deck. This is not a great hand, but it'll do because Pleiades does not go wide, so we don't care too much. One of these lies can... Oh shit, when did I block with this? Did I... Well, that's going to screw me up. I don't even remember doing that. I've obviously misclicked something. That's going to make the game harder. Just look over and go, oh, my chest has exploded and I didn't even see it happen. Yeah, really confused by that. So they're coming in for 7. What's the best way to deal with 7? I mean, the easiest way is to... Someone needs to look. I'm going to look back when I finish. Where the hell did I throw that in? Really did not see it happen. I've just played it out now. One of the interesting things of Teleshare, right? Like in real life, this does not happen. You do not accidentally lose your chess piece. But I say this will make a lot of difference because I will now take an extra. God knows how much damage this game. You know, probably an extra 10. I still think I can do it. I don't think they're playing this right, so I think this game is kind of a little bit foregone. But, you know, I would absolutely like to have the extra resource every 3 turns because it just means I can play things like Oasis off it. It's quite a big deal for the numbers. But we can live without it. You know, we can do stuff. Yeah, they're going for it again. I really think they need to double stack these. This one will hit semi-hard because I only have 1 block thing. It's an encore. The encore's annoying. So it's got confidence behind it as well. So 2 non-block cards. We could give them 2-faced if we wanted. I mean, Ram's Head is the worst thing to do at this point. So we do like 2 of those. Lyath. The Oasis. You know, it's going to land a hit for sure. I'm going to take some damage. They get to do something. Get to smash one of our auras. I'm gonna, because it's gonna be annoying. Which one though? Do I care? No point smashing that one. Just, they're all kind of gonna die. I'm gonna blow up the confidence, I think. Or do I just hit them? Do I just hit them in the face, guys? I just hit them in the face, don't I? Why are we even thinking this through? We'll put the fissure in the arsenal because it's not, you know, it might. I can use it to be annoying at some point. Yeah, I'm still above my starting life total. I've used all my life gain, I think, have I? Functionally. All the Seizures, all the Fiddlers. I've still got 2 Oasises for later. So there's something there, but we're mostly done on the life gain. This is basically the life pool I've got now, so I've got to be careful with it, but of course you can go back. There's all my fire breathings. Disappointing hand as well, because it's not very easy for me to block out. So again, why I was almost pondering the confidence, but she can just make more of them straight away, so there's no point destroying them. So if I give them like... I don't want to give them 2 red cards as the thing, so I give them that. Gives me something to play with. I don't want to keep this fire breathing, I don't think. Oh, I could use it to play the fissure. Just knock that damping on the head. That's not the worst choice. So they get to encore as well, that's nice for them. If they encore a big aura in, I think I just blow it up is the thing, right? So they just went for hungry for more. So they went for life gain. I don't care if they gain life. Like, God knows. Yeah, so we blow up that suspensor's killing me, I think. I believe that's on the list. Yeah. So you can go away. It's not a bad use of a card because it's just going to lower their damage output by 1 turn. Basically just, you know, this is just a stream of consciousness. I'm just trying to speak everything I'm doing so that people understand the logic. You know, anybody's ever wanted to spend probably a good 40 minutes learning how life fatigue works, this will be the video for you. One thing I'd say is I do think the Super Slam versus Super Slam matchups all feel quite interesting. Lyath into Tough Nut when you're playing aggro Lyath is a very, very fun game. Lyath as a defensive deck into Pleiades is also interesting, though. As I say, I think she's been doing this in a not the best manner. Okay, so we've gone through the deck now because we're up to Remembrances. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt a lot because that is my shield exploding, I think. Or is it? I don't know why I'm saying or is it. It's got a confidence on it. I cannot stop it. It's not big, is it? So we're fine. We're fine. It's not big. We don't care, it turns out. I'm going to give him those. We are going to pay one of these remembrances in. Right, so quick count. We've got 1 fire breathing left in deck at the moment. I think we're going to play this remembrance now. I believe that's what we're going for. They're just getting chipped down. You know, bear in mind this is like the classic sort of fatigue that actually beats you up fatigue. You know, it plays out very differently. We're going to deck the fire breathing. We're going to take a power play. Oh, we're still not getting much from these Terra Sunders because they've got a lot of gear left. But I think it's a good choice to put back in anyway. It's blue. So I've not gone for all 3 fire breathing six. I don't want to like saturate the deck, and I don't need them because if I throw a fire breathing, it's going to fucking hurt. Rouse is doing its job of never ever being at the right numbers. So we're going to feed them this Terra Sunder straight back through. Yeah. And another? Yeah, get it up to 7. Kind of assumed they were probably going to do that. I just didn't really care that much. Like, again, I'm so up on the life totals. I am running out of deck faster than them, but they are on very low life and they're about to feel some pain. I feel like I should be able to steal confidence with this, by the way. It's very upsetting. We are going to double pitch that as well to get rid of it because we are just looking for big stuff. So this whole game's been made harder by not having this chest to help pay for things, unfortunately, but it is what it is. You know, these are the lives we live. But here's the thing though, right? They're now at the point where they're starting to go, 17 life is not that much life. They're starting to think through these blocks a bit more. They're still taking it. They're still looking for pressure on me. But the closer they are to like 10, the closer they are to just getting absolutely flambéed, which is the Lyath finishing move. You know, we've got Rouse and we've got Fire Breathing, and they will do work. Cannot seemingly draw 2 of these at a time, which is interesting. But okay, we're on this away. Yeah, with standing time. Fiendal, do not gain me any life because I am far too healthy. Okay, what we got? We got 6. I might put this in. We only get the 2 cards to block, but Truth or Trickery is not the worst choice, I think. They're probably just getting to do it is the simple thing, because of the way I can't put stuff in the way. It's very hard for me to prevent these hits at this point. It's more about soaking a big chunk of damage, right? This is good because it might well... Oh, this is a block. We can use it on top of other stuff. So we could take a turn off hitting them and just block with more things. These are auras, so we could do this. This is decent. So we'll submit that in. We put this through. Would I like to play? Of course, I'd like to play a game. So if you've noticed, but I've lied on every single one up until this, and now we're going to tell the truth and see if they take the bait. They took the bait. Good work, guys. Baited. And that then becomes a perfect block, and I did not even count that. I just was like, I'm going to full block this. Because like, they can have another turn, I don't care. I'm just digging for... I'm trying to line up these Rousers, I'm trying to line up these Fire Breathings. I'm going to try and not... I'd like to not have this hand. If I'm being honest, this is an awful hand. You know, we can work with it to a degree, but it's still awful. I mean, we're on to the interesting plays, right? Let's go. Threaten that Titan's Hammer. Played with a Remembrance and an Oasis Respite because I somehow did not draw enough blues in this deck that is. I assume that is the non-blue portion of my deck drawn now. I say I'm just waiting for a point where I draw something to throw this Rouse with. That's when I get my forward pressure. And there it is. Okay, we've got a hand now. What do we care about with this, if anything? I mean, they're coming with the Maker, it does damage. I would like to arsenal this Fire Breathing, so I'm not going to block with that. I need to keep these 3 here. So we've basically got the Midas Touch and nothing else. This only blocks for 2. We could literally get the same block without losing it doing this. Oops, hang on. I'm going to throw the Two-Faced in, I think. That's what we're doing there. So we'll resolve Two-Face. They get to do stuff first, yeah, that's fine. Two-Face will just throw a card off the deck. I didn't think it was going to hit their hand very likely, because that's how this rolls. And then Rampart goes off. We're going to pitch the Midas. I'm going to do the quick dodge, because it's as good a time as any, really. They get some stuff. I'm still on 29. I feel really held fading about. This is going to be a big turn into them, basically. They're going to have to block. And they're going to have to block while I rack up a fibre even for the next turn. That's the hope. So we rouse, pitching rouse. We show them the 2 big blues. We come in for 7. We're then going to come in with the Titan's Fist for another 3. We're then going to throw the last card in to use Lyath to get booed to set up for the turn after. I'm hoping, given they're on 10, that they're going to have to block this out. So this is the end game. This is how Lyath tries to close a game, which is just masses of pressure. And it's very likely they can block all this out, but they're going to spend the rest of the game like trying to fend this crap off, is my hope. So they're going to 6. And then we're coming in with a hammer. And we'll just throw a Lyath on top as well, because we ain't doing anything else. In theory, we should, like, you know, pretend we're going to possibly pummel them and shit, but whatever. As I say, this would be so much easier if I had chest armor. So they're down to 5. I don't give a crap about any of this stuff I've got on the table. Acts of Glory's just whatever. Like, it's decent, but I don't care. And there we go. Like, we are going to take... I think we're just going to take whatever they throw at us here. I don't really care. Like, I could block stuff, but I don't want to. I just want to go forward. Have fun. You get 12 damage. I get 5 briefing. Make this card a good card, mate, because it's punching time. Mm-hmm. So the nice thing about this is basically they block and then we see what they do. So if they put everything in and they can block enough, bear in mind this should be a 15 total. Oh, is it 15? That's already at +1. I don't remember making a might. Did I make? Oh, I made it in my turn before. Yeah, I remember when I made a might. So this is 16, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. Yeah. Yeah. Is that it? Like, this feels like your dad. One more. Cancel the last one. There we go. Let's just rattle the space bar. You can all enjoy that noise. Yeah. Let's go. Excuse me. Screenshot. For posterity. Good game, mate. Yeah, I think they would have had a much better time if they'd stacked those auras. I think they should have been using her ability to keep things in play longer and go for bigger hits. Because, you know, they just kept coming in for 10 and I can handle 10. If they were coming in for 20, I'd just be going, oh, God. You know, they've got a lot of control over the table in terms of, you know, play cards in their own turn, so they get 2 turns with them. Then wait a turn, get more things in, and then, you know, line them all up so they pop at once by adding and removing stuff. Yeah, I think that would definitely have been the plan. Because you can keep 2 things for like 3 turns, which gives you a lot of time to get other stuff in. That's my thoughts on that. You know, I think there were errors in play, but it was fun. got to see the fire breathing finish there, so you guys are welcome. And I'll see you in the next one.